and Priscilla and their family and friends. We are witnesses to Brian and Priscilla's marriage vows. We are their support in keeping those vows. In a way, we will all be married together. Let's all take a few deep breaths. As we put our heart's full attention and awareness to this ceremony of sacred vows. We look and listen with our whole being. In this way, you can contribute to fulfill your friendship and express your gratitude to Brian and Priscilla by making this ceremony sacred with the gift of your attention, awareness, and support. And please silence your cell phones. It is truly a great and joyous occasion when two people choose each other wholeheartedly, accepting both the fullness and the limitation of each other. This benefit extends to everyone, not only themselves, but everyone who is here today and everyone they touch as they move forward together on their life's journey. Nothing happens without a cause. The union of Brian and Priscilla is not accidental. Due to the law of karma and the unfolding of the truth of the interdependence, their union is the inevitable consequence of all the actions of their lives and past lives. They, from their very beginning, have been coming together for this sacred moment. We will now offer a chant of invocation. In our tradition, it is called the Zensho Kada, as Brian and Priscilla offer incense at our Oshoko altar. The incense offering is a symbolic act of purification and gratitude to bless this ceremony in compassion and gratitude. Zensho Kada. Zensho mi da ni u dojo o u i gu u gan o uji Kanon Seishi Jinja Shu Jubu Jo Ke Ra Ini Ue. May the spiritual presence of Amida Buddha, Kannon, and Seishi Bodhisattvas, and all enlightened ones, past, present, and future, permeate this hall to send forth wisdom like flower petals falling from the sky to awaken those of us gathered. will now have a reading selected by Brian and Priscilla called Happiness from the Dhammapada, and it's presented by Brian's father, Rob Wildman.
Ah, so happily we live. We have no attachments. We shall feast on joy as do the radiant gods. Victory gives birth to hate. The defeated sleep in anguish. Giving up both victory and defeat, those who have obtained peace sleep happily. There is no fire like lust, no misfortune like hate, no suffering like the aggregates, and no happiness higher than peace. Nirvana is the foremost happiness. Health is the foremost possession. Contentment the foremost wealth. Trust the foremost kinship. And nirvana the foremost happiness. Tasting the flavor of solitude and peace, one becomes free of distress and evil. Drinking the flavor of Dharma joy. One who keeps company with fools will grieve for a long, long time. Living with fools is painful, as is living with foes. Living with the wise is delightful, like relatives gathered together. Therefore, you should follow a good, intelligent person who is wise, insightful, learned, committed to virtue, dutiful, and noble, as the moon follows the path of the stars.
Brian and Priscilla will now take the 3 refuges, which is a traditional Buddhist marriage chant. We take refuge in the absolute purity of the awakened mind called Buddha, the original source and manifestation of all that is. We take refuge in the truth of Dharma, the universal truth and wisdom of life lived in compassion. We take refuge in the Sangha, our family and community. This is the boundless interconnection of all beings. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Namam Babs, Namam Babs. A wedding blessing. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk, and that a loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation of your life. Be gentle with the earth, be gentle with each other. When disagreements come, remember always to protect the spirit of your union. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. So love yourselves, love one another, love all that is your life together, and all else will follow. Brian and Priscilla, marriage is a journey of your deep connection. Where this connection is nurtured, trust is conveyed quietly. It is wide and deep and without words. When we are completely connected with one person, we can meet ourselves in them wherever we are. So marriage is not only for your being together, but actually it is a true spiritual practice. According to our tradition, these precepts can guide you in the days of difficulty and challenge. Brian and Priscilla, please affirm these 10 precepts with your whole hearts. To respect all beings and act with compassion toward them. To act with generosity and receive only things that are freely given. To be honest and true, to speak with honesty from the depth of your hearts. To act with mindfulness and clarity and not abuse your hearts, bodies, and minds with intoxication. To remain thoughtful and mindful of your speech and actions in both quality and effects. To rejoice in the good fortune of others and see their joys as your own. To give with joy, compassion, and loving kindness. To honor the 3 treasures, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Namo Taps, Namo Taps. In our tradition, we are married heart to heart, mind to mind, nature to nature. We will give up our small selves and take loving refuge in each other. Take loving refuge in all things. This attitude in marriage becomes a living spiritual practice together. Brian and Priscilla, do remember that your marriage is a sacred and blessed undertaking, being witnessed by your family, friends, and all beings. Do not forget what is happening right here in your life. And feel the responsibility of this commitment, this marriage commitment, marriage practice. It is your treasure throughout your life together. When things go smoothly and joyously, practice loving mindfulness. When things are difficult and challenging, practice loving mindfulness. This loving mindfulness practice will always be with you and guide you. We will now exchange marriage vows. So if you may please join your hands together. And we will wrap this sacred mala around your hands. Do you, Brian, take Priscilla to be your life partner, to support in every way that you can, to be faithful and worthy of trust, to be there for Priscilla, to share your gifts, your heart, and all you have, to support and respect Priscilla's spiritual growth and accept her support of yours, to communicate clearly, openly about your relationship, and to work with Priscilla to sustain your family in joy and love and preserve the sacredness of your relationship. Do you, Priscilla, take Brian to be your life partner, to support in every way that you can, to be faithful and worthy of trust, to be there for Brian, to share your gifts, your heart, and all you have, to support and respect Brian's spiritual growth and accept his support of yours, to communicate clearly, openly about your relationship, and to work with Brian to sustain your family in joy and love and preserve the sacredness of your relationship. Wonderful. We will now have a reading on love, written by Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh and presented by Priscilla's mother, Ramona.
Okay, the title's Love. It says, the first aspect of true love is my tree, the intention and capability to offer joy and happiness. To develop that capacity we have to practice looking and listening deeply so that we know what to do and what not to do to make others happy. If you offer your beloved something he does not need, that is not ma tree. You have to see his real situation, or what you offer might bring him unhappiness. Without understanding, your love is not true love. You must look deeply in order to see and understand the needs, aspirations, and suffering of the one you love. We all need love. Love brings us joy and well-being. It is natural as air.
Thank you. We will now have a special ceremony called the Joining of the Families Tea Ceremony. And its Japanese name is called San San Kudo. San is 3. San, 3 times 3 is 9. So you'll know why it's special in a minute. So I would invite the family, Brother Ryan and Ramona and Rob, to come up here and join us at the altar. Please stand next to your child or sister. And please take a little teacup as you walks on by. The traditional tea ceremony is San San Kudo. 3 mindful sips 3 times is 9, which is an auspicious number in Buddhism. Number 9 is the strongest number among all numbers. It stands for initiation, wisdom, and spiritual enlightenment. The first 3 sips represent the 3 families now joined in one family. Please take your 3 sips. And now we will refill. Nice. The second 3 sips represent overcoming the 3 flaws of greed, anger, and ignorance. Please take your next 3 sips. And the last 3 sips represent the interdependence of all beings, acknowledging that we all need each other to live a full and happy life. Please take your last 3 sips. Wonderful. Well done. You are now all officially joined as one family. Thank you so much. Most of you may take your seat. Everyone except Brian and Priscilla. we will now have a special exchange of what we call nenju. Nenju are mindfulness beads. They've been blessed at the altar. Brian and Priscilla have especially selected these nenju so that they may wear them every day and be mindful of their sacred union and connection to each other. We wear the nenju to remind us that we all have Buddha nature inside us, that we are all connected and interdependent sentient beings, and that we strive to see the world clearly through the eyes of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Brian, you may place Priscilla's special nenju on her left wrist. Priscilla, you may place Brian's special nenju on his left wrist. And gasho your hands together and bow to each other. And join hands. Now witnessing that you both have agreed to marry, and according to the wisdom of the Buddha, and by the authentic rights vested in me, I joyously pronounce you wild man and wild woman. Yes, you may kiss. May I present this wonderful couple, Brian and Priscilla Wildman. Yay! Yay! You may now dance down the aisle. Everybody may dance down the aisle if you'd like. And we have a special food and community time and well wishes downstairs if you'd like to stay for wishing the happy couple a successful life together. Please stay and join them in sharing some food. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Yep, boogie down the aisle.